Johnny Depp, rumored to be in the new Pirates of the Caribbean. Let's take a look back at his career and what might be coming up. Okay, let's go into the first article here. And kind of like what I did with my Brad Pitt segment, we're going to do with Johnny Depp here. And we're going to take a look back at his career. Johnny Depp is known for doing a lot of risk-taking roles, doing independent films, sacrificing some of his salary in order to make a good movie. Let's go into it.
So the top 10 Johnny Depp movies ranked.
And I believe it's going to start worst to best. That's typically how these articles go.
Number 10, Dead Man, 1995.
Okay, and let's leave it here for a second. I actually seen this movie when it came out. This was an independent film. A lot of people would have not seen this film. It's black and white. It's an artsy film, yet it did hit mainstream and cult notoriety. He did a fantastic job in this. I'm not saying the movie was the best movie, but Johnny Depp was fantastic in this movie. He's the kind of actor that can carry a movie, an independent, low-budget movie, on his own. He's that good of an actor. A lot of actors need all the lights and the budget in order for them to even try to maintain the vanity of making a real movie. Okay, let's continue to go.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, 1998.
This had to be one of my favorite. I don't know if it's my favorite. There is a lot of good Johnny Depp movies, but this definitely was one of my favorite. Johnny Depp does a lot of drug movies, this, Blow, other things like this, and he was fantastic. He was actually good friends with the writer of the book. Why don't you read a little bit about this? Hunter S. Thompson is what I was trying to remember there.
Terry Gilliam's adaptation of Hunter S. Thompson novel stars Depp as the Gonzo journalist himself alongside Benicio del Toro as Dr. Gonzo. This cult classic follows a drug-addled pair on their misadventures through Las Vegas.
And Benicio del Toro also was fantastic in this, but next to Johnny Depp, he paled in comparison. I do see a lot of memes coming up about Benicio and how he is the Latin version of Brad Pitt. When you put them next to each other, surprisingly, they look very similar. And I had never really thought about it until I seen the memes. You'd be surprised. You're giving me a weird look. Okay, let's go into the next movie here.
Blow, 2001.
Fantastic movie. And he's teaming up with Penelope Cruz again in a movie that should be coming out soon that was filmed quite a while ago. They're a pretty good match. They work well together. I believe their upcoming movie will be their third movie. I absolutely love Blow. This was a biopic of an independent paraphernalia dealer and how he went from nothing to kind of controlling a large empire. This was absolutely fantastic. It also showed his downfall.
Finding Neverland, 2004.
What did you think about this?
I don't like it.
You didn't like it?
It's too sad.
Okay, let's keep going here, and let's not forget the majority of my favorite Brad Pitt and Johnny Depp movies are going to be when they were in these action movies or these thrillers. I really liked when they did thrillers and independent films, but both those actors came up with a female audience first. The beginning of their career was based around capturing a female audience. That audience followed them for the rest of their career, and then they added on a male audience in the middle and later halves of their career.
What's Eating Gilbert Grape, 1993. And
Leonardo DiCaprio stole the show in this thing. Johnny Depp played the good co-lead in this film, but this movie really made Leo.
Donnie Brasco, 1997.
An absolutely fantastic movie. This is another one of, man, he did so many good movies, but this was very, very good. He played an undercover cop. He did it very well. He played opposite of Al Pacino. This is when Al Pacino actually still had it before him and De Niro kind of fallen off in recent years.
Ed Wood, 1994.
And I did not see this movie, so... You seen it? Oh,
a long time ago.
Why don't you say something about it then?
Well, it was interesting because it went into it was Tim Burtonian.
Okay, that was a great take on your part.
I'm trying to figure out how to fix this. Edward Scissorhands, 1990.
Yeah, and this is when he worked with Tim Burton, I believe. Mm-hmm. Correct? Yeah. It was a solid film for what it was. Not one of my favorites. It was still a very solid movie. I know you like this movie.
Yes, but I'm not such a big fan of Tim Burton.
Oh, you don't like Tim Burton? No. I really do like Tim Burton. It was a good matchup, and it hit the mark for what it was. Okay, let's continue to go down.
Platoon, 1986.
And I think this is what really made Johnny, after 21 Jump Street, he was in this, and this really showed his versatility. This was an ensemble cast. Oliver Stone did this movie, and it was absolutely fantastic. So from this is how he kind of went from known actor to superstar, because I think he had his pick of roles after this movie.
And number 1, Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl.
And we all know Pirates of the Caribbean. He made this film. He made all of these films. If they take him out of these films, it's going to crash and burn. They need him back. However many llamas they need to give him, they need to give him that. We're actually going to go into our next article based upon this. Let's go right into it.
From Men's Journal, Pirates of the Caribbean 6, boss breaks silence on Johnny Depp's potential return. The intrigue around a potential return of Jack Sparrow remains a hot-button topic.
Yeah, and he doesn't actually say much in this article, but it's not just this article. I kind of grabbed this. The rumor is swirling around Johnny Depp. I think Disney knows they need him. If they don't have him, this movie is going to fail in spectacular fashion. If they have him and they end up making a good movie, it has a real chance to succeed. They know the formula with Johnny Depp, so if they can get him back, they can make this work.
While the last film in the Pirates of the Caribbean series was released over 8 years ago, fans have held out hope that it didn't mark the last time they'll see Jack Sparrow. Although little has been said publicly about potential Pirates of the Caribbean 6, rumors signal that it remains a possibility. Fortunately, the latest comments from franchise producer Jerry Bruckheimer added a bit of fuel to that fire. While Bruckheimer addressed the potential for a 6th installment in the Pirates of the Caribbean series, he also addressed one other pivotal topic, the potential return of former cast members. This, of course, would include Johnny Depp, whose character Jack Sparrow has long been in the face of the franchise. Well,
and I think they're saying this is rumor. I think Disney wants to make this happen more than anything. The question is Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, if he signs on, they're going to make the movie. If he doesn't, I don't think they will. You'd have to be an idiot to make another Pirates without Johnny.
So while Bruckheimer was promoting the F1 movie, he spoke with Screen Rant and said, "We're working on a screenplay. Hopefully we'll get it right, and then we'll make it. We really want to make it, that's for sure." Then came the question of whether it will feature new actors or the old cast, and Bruckheimer's cryptic response was noteworthy. "Well, not all new actors. We'll have some back," Bruckheimer responded. "I'm not going to tell you which ones. You'll have to guess." Probably Bloom. Orlando Bloom.
Well, Orlando Bloom's really fallen off. I'm going to expect definitely Johnny. They need him. They're not making the movie without him. But let's talk about why they need him back, why it's so important, especially for this character. Johnny Depp embodies this character on screen, but also off screen. Let's hit the next article and talk about it.
So from People, Johnny Depp dresses as Jack Sparrow for a surprise visit to Children's Hospital in Spain. The actor's latest visit to a children's hospital as Jack comes as he films his newest movie, Day Drinker, in Spain.
And he does this all the time. He's known for dressing up like Jack Sparrow, going to children's hospitals, doing a lot of Make-A-Wish foundations things. He doesn't try to get publicity on it, but when he does things like this, the media constantly talks about it, and this is why we don't want to see anybody else as Jack Sparrow. Johnny is that character. Let's read a little bit about this. Well, let's go into the three talking points they have there.
So Johnny Depp donned his Pirates of the Caribbean character Jack Sparrow's garb once again to visit kids at Niño Jesus University Children's Hospital in Madrid. The visit comes less than a year after he stopped by Donostia University Hospital in San Sebastian, Spain, for a similar outing in September 2000.
Yeah, and he does these appearances all over the world. So he's very interesting character. Let's continue to go here.
At the hospital, Depp visited patients admitted to the pediatrics and oncology ward. While there, he laughed with the children and never broke character. Local newspaper reported at the time.
And that's the thing. He doesn't break character when he's in the hospital, which is absolutely fantastic. these kids are just ecstatic to see him as that character. And the fact that he was able to come back from that Me Too attempted cancellation of that mountain of lies, and he was able to not only hopefully rebuild his career, but claim back who he is and his identity. And if they put him in the next Pirates of the Caribbean, he will be reclaiming that character, not just for him, but for all the children he visits in these hospitals and things like that. Okay, let's go. That was it for the article? Okay, let's go into what he's got coming up. So what's kind of confirmed, and we do know what is rumored. So Pirates of the Caribbean 6 is the rumored film, but he's got a lot of things that have either finished but not been released. They stopped the release of a lot of these movies, or they delayed them because of the Me Too scandal that was surrounding them. Now that he's kind of found innocent in the eyes of the public and the courts, they're going to start releasing these movies, but we have to realize some of these are a little bit older.
So Day Drinker, filming underway, no release date.
So Day Drinker was already pre-filmed, and now they're looking to release it very soon, actually. He'll fit in that role because he does have a drinking problem. And we're going to go a little bit into that, not to kind of hate on him, but to talk about in the context of his future roles.
So, an action thriller directed by Mark Webb, co-starring Penelope Cruz and Madeline Klein. The story follows a cruise ship bartender, Klein, who becomes entangled with Depp's character, and a criminal figure. Filming began in Spain in 2025.
And let's go on to the next movie here.
Carnival at the End of Days, filming scheduled for January 2025. Directed by Terry Gilliam, this comedy features Depp as Satan, who tries to save humanity from God's wrath to preserve his job. The cast includes Adam Driver, Jason Momoa, and Jeff Bridges. $30 million budget. Filming set to begin January.
And this is a very low budget. You got Jeff Bridges, Jason Momoa, and Johnny Depp. So they all three must be taking pay cuts to be in that movie. I'm guessing it was probably... what did it say when the filming was?
January 2025.
Okay.
And I'm guessing they took pay cuts because it's Terry Gilliam. Of course you're going to...
Yeah.
Film directed by, or with something to do with Terry Gilliam. And then Modi, 3
But
days.
also Johnny Depp's well known for taking pay cuts and doing a ton of independent films. Okay, let's continue.
Modi, 3 Days on the Wings of Madness, Depp's second directorial feature. This film is a biographical drama about Italian artist Amadeo Modigliani, starring Riccardo Scaramiccio, Stephen Graham, and Al Pacino. It focuses on a 72-hour period in Modigliani's life in World War II era Paris. The film premiered at San Sebastian Film Festival in September.
And the key for this one, and this is why I'm not so psyched on this, and I said I would talk about Johnny Depp's drinking. This is a directing gig, not an acting gig. As an actor, you can perform at a very high level even when you're drinking. We've seen Johnny Depp do it. But as a director or a producer, it's a lot harder to perform at a high level, especially when you got the kind of drinking problem Johnny does have. That being said, he also has his own studio and things like this. Things haven't gone so well. He does much better as an actor with a team of people around him to kind of help him. He has worked with Al Pacino, which is good. I just don't know how that movie's going to turn out.
Speaking of masculinity, why do you think Depp embodies masculinity?
All these actors that I'm kind of profiling over the next few days in my video and today on my live embody masculinity because they don't try to over masculinize themselves. We see the roles they pick. They pick independent films, they pick comedies, they pick thrillers. They usually don't play overly tough guys, or if they do, it's in a single role and they complement that with a lot of other roles. It really shows the varied degree of masculinity. It's not somebody like The Rock, who is overly masculine, is really compensating. Yes, he does comedy films, but you still see him as this muscle-bound oomph, and he's not real masculinity. It's this fake form of masculinity, and that's kind of what Hollywood's been trying to produce over the last few years with their new stars. They don't know how to get these stars that can really shine in every role and shine in every aspect of masculinity, whether it's humorous masculinity or action or thrillers, things like this, and the dynamic roles showing vulnerability and things like that. So, okay, let's continue to go.
That's it?
Oh, that was it. oh, you didn't read the studios that were directing the in these films. It was interesting because when I was profiling Brad Pitt and I was profiling Johnny Depp, the two studios that kept popping up on the films that I actually wanted to see when I kind of read the synopsis of the scripts was Apple Films and Lionsgate Films. So Lionsgate we all know, but Apple on the other hand is really starting to merge, and they have a lot of things in production right now. So I would look forward to that. So that's it on Johnny Depp. I will give updates as his new movies come out. He is trying to make a return to Hollywood. He did that interview we profiled the other day. And a lot of these movies he's rumored to be in were kind of already put in production. I'm interested to see what he picks now that his re-emergence into Hollywood is kind of upon us. I think he's going to be able to handpick whatever roles he wants, and I would expect him to make good selections.